Why is the corporate job market so insane? I have an international relations degree and an MBA, and I've applied to hundreds of companies, big and small, startups, had interviews, went to the last round for them to be like, no. And then I had someone literally say in an interview say, well, because of the election year, it's not within the budget. Like, does that make sense? And then I keep saying raising taxes on big corporations is not going to make the job market any better. Ugh, I'm so tired of the rant.
The economy is really bad. People can't find jobs, and when they find jobs, they hate their jobs. People are living above their means. Credit card debt. You graduate from college and you still can't get a job. I mean, this economy is cooked. This guy says the wife has a bachelor's and a freaking master's and is still looking for a retail and fast food position. The fact that you are so highly educated and you can't even get a job at Arby's shows you how bad this economy truly is. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, we're seriously in one of the worst economies I've ever seen. Just check out some of these videos.
Do you want to hear something super scary corporate-wise? I don't think that people quite understand, like, the gravity of how scary this can be. I come into work this morning and I look on my email and I have a very upset, we'll say client, because of something that they were mistaken by. And he responded back with a very poignant, intense email and CC'd, don't know how he got this person's email, CC'd my CEO. So now my CEO knows what's going on and stepped in, and I'm freaking out. I'm like, I didn't do anything wrong here. But why do people go from 0 to 100 when we could have just like solved this in person? I don't understand. I'm like over here shaking. And he said that he's going to be coming into the office at 10 a.m. to talk to me or talk to the office. And he's like a scary individual. I'm like, say a prayer for me. Yeah.
I got married in November. I planned the whole thing myself, and with as many budget cuts as possible, we still came in around $40,000. I kept a running tally of literally every dollar that we spent. I also made a template of this if you want to use it. The link is in my bio. There were 3 things that I think were way more expensive than I was anticipating. The first one was just venues in general. For a lot of them, you would have a base cost that felt like it made sense, but then there were so many additional add-ons, additional hours you have to purchase. You have to purchase the tables and chairs in a lot of these venues. Costs add up so fast. So that was the biggest cost by far, was our venue itself, and it was still over $12,000. The next thing that I think was pretty steep in price was videographers. We got a lot of mixed reviews on whether we should hire one or not. Majority of people that I asked if I could see their wedding video, they didn't even know where it was, or they hadn't watched it in years. For around the Nashville area, a videographer for a base, like couple hours, was like $4,000. If we wanted them for a full day, it would have been closer to $6,000 to $8,000. Something that we ended up opting out of because we didn't really see the benefits for that cost. And finally, the florists were insane, especially being near a bigger city. I wanted very minimal florals because I knew that they were going to cost a lot. But when I would call florists and tell them what I wanted, they would straight up tell me, you're not going to meet our $3,000 minimum, so we can't work with you. Eventually, I found a florist to work with. They were absolutely amazing, and all my florals were under $1,000 and exactly what I wanted. Planning a wedding yourself is extremely stressful, and I documented every step of the way just so I could help others who are gonna go through the same thing. In my wedding planning journey, one thing I felt was missing was people being honest about a lot of the wedding planning process and the costs and everything like that. Happy to share anything, no gatekeeping here. Let me know if you have any more questions and follow for more.
Corporate loyalty is very one-sided, and I promise you, they do not give a fuck. If you're looking for a sign to quit your shitty corporate job, this is your sign, because they do not give a fuck about you. They don't care about your livelihood. They don't care about the aftermath. They don't care about how you feel. They don't give a fuck about your performance. They don't give a fuck about your numbers. They don't give a fuck about your vacation. Quit the corporate job. Do not let it drain you. Do not let it affect your time that you sacrifice with your family, fucking working Thanksgiving with a computer on the dinner table. not taking vacations because of my fucking watch me squirm around for vacation days. They don't give a fuck about you. So if you're looking for a sign to quit, I promise you it's worth it. I've been working corporate for more than 8 years, so this is one of the hardest experiences I've ever had to go through, and they don't give a fuck, so you shouldn't give a fuck either.
I had a terrible time getting the kids ready this morning and getting out of the house, so it just started my day bad, and of course, I have to self-sabotage and just make it worse. So I'm now going through thinking about how this baby is getting the short end of the stick as far as recognition, I guess would be the word, for my pregnancy. I have not gotten maternity pictures done. I'm not going to. We can't afford it. We're probably not getting any kind of newborn or first 48 done, because again, just cost. As much stuff that we can use from his older sister, we're going to. I worked for a major phone company for almost 7 years that just had a mass layoff where they closed down 200 stores and 13,000 employees. And unfortunately, my store was one of them. So I had to have an unexpected job change, which came with a pretty severe pay cut. Thankfully, my fiance's job lets him work 7 days a week. So he has pretty much been doing that as much as he can to help kind of cover the difference of losing my income. But it's not enough. So we've had to make some huge changes, and ultimately that's ended up with not being able to do any of the things that you want to with a pregnancy. I know I'm going to look back and have the pictures of my son and my daughter, of both their maternity pictures and like their newborn pictures, and just feel like absolute crap when I don't have anything for this baby. But a call came through and stopped the recording, but it just sucks when you aren't able to do the same things that you could for your first two kids, and you don't want, this kid to get older and wonder why you didn't do the same things for them. But life happens. You have to adapt, you have to adjust, and it is what it is. We'll figure it out, and we're excited for him. It just is not fun timing to have to figure all of this out.
I'm here to tell y'all, do whatever the fuck you want. I have a master's degree, ton of internship experience, and I've had one kind of full-time job. It was a contract job. Nonetheless, I'm working as a fucking bottle girl. Do whatever the fuck you want to do.
Guess what we're doing on our New Year's Eve?
And New Year's Day.
And New Year's Day. Packing up a store. Because we're getting let go. Nice. Anyways, Happy New Year's.
So I'm heading to Costco, and one of the things I want to talk to you about is there are 3 major expenses that you really need to focus on in your category. If you do this, you will be able to make faster financial traction. One is housing. Obviously, most housing is supposed to be between 25 and 30%, depending on if you're including your electric bill, water bill, cable, all those type of things for living expenses. Housing is the biggest line item in your budget, and that's why people encourage you to buy a home, because eventually you can squash that out and just get it as low as possible. But rent is always going to go up. There's nothing wrong with renting, but just understand that that's a huge expense that's going to continue to never go away. Number 2, transportation. See, transportation is a little bit interesting because every time somebody gets rid of a car, they think they need to buy a new meaning more expensive car, when in actuality your income might not have gone up to support you moving up in car. So I want you to think about how much car are you purchasing, how much are you spending on this car, and then think about, okay, what is my insurance, what is my gas, what's the lifestyle I'm living, does this car support all the things that I'm doing in the most effective way if I'm trying to make traction on my budget. The third thing, while I'm here at Costco, is groceries. See, it costs to eat. No matter which way you do it, it does cost to eat. So finding ways that you can have good, digestible, quality foods is going to be helpful. Costco, Sam's, being able to buy in bulk, having that access can save you in the long run. Now, I'm about to take care of this $1 taco, well, not taco, but 150 hot dog just because I have a craving and I've just been at the shop this whole time. But I want you to understand, you need to look at these three areas: food, transportation, housing. Get a control of those and you'll have much better control of your money. Hi, my name is Jonathan. I want to help you build wealth. And that is how you make your dollar stretch the longest. Follow me for more.
I'm grocery shopping. When did a bag of chips cost $7.29? What?
I have been applying to jobs since, I want to say, July or August of 2024. I just graduated this May with my MBA. We all know that this job market is complete garbage. I'm at my breaking point with people who just tell me, oh, something will come. I don't think anything pisses me off more than be patient, something will come. Like, you people have been telling me that something will come since July or August of 2024. Nothing is coming. And it's like always a conversation whenever I'm around people and they're like, oh, you know, have you heard from anywhere? Have you applied anywhere? Have you checked this place? Have you done this, this, and that? It's like, yes, I have. I have done literally all of it. And it's people that obviously have not had to apply at any job in this job market, or people that have experience under their belt already. And it's always, their response is always, it's okay, something will come. You're so irritating. Literally get out of my face.
I'm a recent Yale graduate, big time GPA. I've applied to like 500 jobs. Who has a job right now? I literally can't find one. You're telling me that as a Yale grad with a great GPA, great student, with an econ major, can only find a job as a bagger at my local grocery store? That's crazy. It's crazy to say because, you know, going to Yale, I was like, I'm going to come out, have a 6-figure job right away. But no, I have a minimum wage job right now, but that's okay. I'm starting off somewhere. And I'm not like struggling by any means. I mean, I had a couple on-campus jobs, so I saved up money from there. I do like a side hustle right now where I claim class action settlements on the app called PayMe. So like I have a little bit of money coming in, but it's not like the full-time job that some of my friends have. But honestly, some of my friends don't have a job either because it's tough for them. It's just like sad and scary at the same time. I think I had all these high expectations and I've applied to like 500 jobs, haven't heard back from one. So now I'm like, all right, man, what do I do? If you have any advice, please let me know in the comments. Like, open to hearing anything. I just need help at this point.
If you are in the hair industry and you have heard or you have said, this industry is so fucking hard, how am I supposed to keep up? I don't understand why my clients come and go and nothing is consistent. I want to remind you something. After 15 years in this industry, at the very, very crux of it all, we as hairdressers, we are in sales. This is a disposable service that we are selling to the public to have them come and get from us. It is a constant sales job. You are upholding your education, your training, all of these things compel your buyer, your consumer, your client to consume and buy your product and your service. The sales never stops. It doesn't matter if you've been in the industry 20 years, 25 years. There is never going to be a year where you will not lose one client. Every single year, statistically, you will lose 10 to 15% of your clientele due to death, divorce, money, moving, all of the things. And so if you are not actively marketing yourself, selling yourself to the next year's clients that you are inevitably going to need to keep your schedule as full as you intend, then you will never survive in the job. You have to be willing to be constantly in sales marketing mode in order for this career to serve you well. And there will be times where you will be able to scale back and your business is full and it is booming and you cannot do as much of that, but you should always have some sort of a marketing system in place running on the back end of your business, on social media, flyers, business cards, whatever that looks like. Because inevitably you will lose some clients every year. And if you are not prepared to lose them, you are always 10 steps behind in trying to gain new ones.
Why do people not experiencing this job market right now have the most to say about the people that are struggling with it? Like, it's always the people who aren't experiencing it and in it saying things like, you're entitled, you're lazy, and you just need to work harder, when they're not even the ones applying over and over and just not hearing anything back. It's really easy to think that you have the answers when you're not the one actually dealing with it.
It's almost May and I'm a senior in college and I don't have a job lined up for post-grad. Let's talk about it. As you all know, I'm getting married in June and it's been very discouraging that I don't have a job right now, and especially as I've started seeing people post all their grad pictures and all these things of, oh, I'm gonna be at this place and this place. It's so hard knowing that I don't have anything lined up. I'm getting rejected job after job after job, and I've been applying to places in where I'm moving with my fiance since January, and everything has been a no, a closed door. And for some reason, yes, it's hard that I don't have a job right now. It's so peaceful knowing that the Lord is closing these doors because he has a door that I don't even know where it is right now. It's interesting, my whole life it's been, I don't want to say easy, but it's been fairly simple to get an internship or a summer job or anything like that. It's just been pretty natural. And so to fully surrender this whole process to the Lord has been difficult, but yet I'm filled with so much peace because I know the Lord is going to use me in such a big way post-grad. And that's, part of me is like, yes, I am very sad to graduate, but the other half of me is like, the best is yet to come. I feel like the Lord has put such a big calling on my life and I don't know what it is quite yet, and so all these closed doors are showing me that the Lord has something huge in store for me. Let this be a reminder that rejection is just redirection, and to surrender your plans to the Lord. He will provide what you need when you need in his perfect timing. No need to stress. So I'm currently jobless, and this summer, once I get married, I will be homeless. So it's okay. God's got me. We're gonna be just fine. But that's my little talk for today. Post-grad life, here we come in 2 weeks. We'll see how it goes.
Harvard Business School openly admitting that their MBA graduates are having difficulty finding jobs was not on my 2025 bingo card, but honestly, it makes a lot of sense. No one's immune from a shitty job market. Is getting an MBA worth it? If even getting an MBA from Harvard Business School, you still are not guaranteed a job. And in my opinion, it depends on a few different factors. First, if you can waive a good number of courses. A lot of the courses when you get your MBA are BS courses. I got my MBA at the same university I graduated from undergrad because it was like a joint program. So a lot of the courses were waived. I got a scholarship. It made sense to continue at that time. And I knew like I was gonna have a hard time going to school like later on in my life. In that situation, I do believe like getting an MBA was the right choice for me. Also, it did help me secure my job. They hired me in my second manager level position knowing I was gonna get my MBA in 6 months. I just think like if there's a good scholarship, if you want to go into business yourself, you are trying to get a higher business degree and you don't really want to specialize in something, get your MBA if it makes sense, right? But do I think an MBA is a game changer? No, and I think there's like a million studies out there that show you that like getting your MBA is not a game changer.